This demonstration will walk you through the Bradford Assay step by step. The items being used for the experiment include the 1,000 microliter pipette, the 20 microliter pipette, and the 200 microliter pipette. Each of these have corresponding tips. The 1,000 liter micropipette has the large tips, and both the 20 and 200 microliter pipettes have the yellow tips. We also have our BSA protein, an unknown value, and then our standards, blank, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We have our Bradford dye, and we have distilled water that we'll be using for this experiment. I'm going to start by filling the blank with 1,100 microliters of water. Because our pipettes only go up to 1,000, we will need to do the procedures 2 times. So the first thing I do is I set my pipette to 550 microliters. I put the tip on, and then I'm going to open up my water, being careful not to spill. The blank is going to get 550 microliters of water added to it 2 times. Next, tube 1 is going to need 1,098 microliters. I will adjust the dial down 1 notch to 549. If you look at the micropipette, you will see that it is a 1 notch below the 550 mark. Next, I will add the water 2 times to test tube 1. For test tube 2, I'm going to move it down to 547. Again, I'm going to do this 2 times. For tube 3, we're going to add 544 2 times. For tube 4, we will add 541 2 times. And finally, for tube 5, we will add 539 microliters 2 times. At this point, we do not need to add anything to our unknown because it is already set up for us. We will get to that in a moment. Next, we are going to add the protein, which is our BSA. If we look at our BSA, you'll see that there is a very small amount in the tube. If we use all of that, we know we've done too much. First, we're going to need to add 4 microliters of BSA to tube 1. Because our blank is our standard, we want to make sure that we don't add any protein to that. That will be our control. We will use a new tip each time. For tube 2, we're going to add 8 microliters of BSA. Using a new tip, tube 2 gets 8 microliters of BSA. Now I'm going to switch to the 200 microliter pipetter, and I'm going to add 15 microliters of BSA to tube 3. Tube 4 will receive 23 microliters. Tube 5 will receive 30 microliters of BSA. The next step is for us to add 375 microliters of the Bradford dye to each of the tubes, including our blank and our unknown. I'm going to make sure that I get a new tip for this each time. I'm going to put the dye in, and I will give it a nice stir just to mix it up. I'm going to grab a new tip and add 375 to test tube 1. Tube 2. And finally, the unknown. If you're looking at your tubes, you're going to notice that the blank looks pretty light. Test tube 1 is a little darker. And test tube 5 should be the darkest. The unknown is an unknown, so we don't know how much BSA concentration is in it. It should fall between tubes 1 and tubes 5. Next, we're going to wait 10 minutes for our samples to go through the process.